Chosen one, your presence here is not accidental. Heaven itself orchestrated this encounter out of countless souls lost in endless scrolling. Your spirit was drawn to this moment by divine appointment. You are standing at the threshold of a supernatural shift, the season when the wealth of the wicked is being transferred to the hands of the righteous. This isn't fantasy, it's prophecy unfolding right before your eyes. Anointed one, the heavens are open over your life tonight. Every delay you've faced was not denial. It was divine preparation. Each seed of faith you planted, each act of obedience you offered, and every tear you shed in silence has reached the throne room of heaven. And now the voice of God echoes, it's your turn. The same God who lifted Joseph from the prison to the palace, the same God who turned famine into overflow, is releasing the keys of divine wealth into your hands. As Deuteronomy 8:18 declares, it is He who gives you the power to get wealth, that He may establish His covenant. Chosen one, prepare your spirit. Something massive is shifting in the unseen realm. The gates of abundance are swinging wide open, and your name is written upon them. Stay watchful. What's about to manifest will confirm that this word was destined for you. Chosen one, listen closely. This moment is sacred. You didn't stumble here by coincidence. Heaven arranged this very connection. Your spirit was pulled here because something divine is unfolding for you right now. You've been standing between preparation and promise, wondering if what you've been waiting for would ever appear. I'm here to tell you, it's here. That stirring you felt in your spirit, that quiet anticipation you couldn't explain, is heaven's confirmation. The vaults are opening. Anointed one, your pain was never wasted. Every delay, every disappointment, every closed door was part of a setup, not a setback. God wasn't withholding anything from you. He was building something within you. You were being molded for divine wealth, refined for spiritual promotion. Remember, diamonds are not formed in comfort, but under pressure. You've been under that pressure. And now, the brilliance of your calling is beginning to emerge. I've walked through those same valleys, seasons when every prayer felt like it hit a ceiling, when nothing aligned, and I feared my moment had passed. But even then, God was moving behind the scenes. He was laying the foundation while I was waiting for the door to open. He was expanding my capacity to carry what He was preparing to release. And when the breakthrough arrived, it defied logic, it followed faith. That's how divine timing works. Heaven doesn't operate by human clocks. It moves through obedience, trust, and alignment. And chosen one, you've been aligned far longer than you realize. You may have been hidden, but you were never forgotten. You've wondered why the blessing hasn't arrived yet, but God was strengthening the vessel. You asked for provision, but He was shaping purpose. He's not just releasing wealth, He's placing a mantle of authority upon you, an anointing to steward what others could not hold. That's why it took this long. It wasn't a delay, it was divine design. Anointed one, this is the hour when your faith meets fulfillment. The same God who lifted Joseph from a prison cell to a palace is now moving through your story. You've walked through the pits, the silence, the rejection, and every moment of it was prophecy in disguise. The very people who dismissed you will soon witness the glory that follows obedience. Take a breath right now. Feel the shift in the atmosphere. That's not imagination. It's divine movement. The chains of lack are breaking, and the walls of waiting are collapsing. You are stepping into a supernatural transfer that heaven scripted long before you even knew your name. Chosen one, what's about to unfold will defy logic. It won't make sense to your mind. It will only resonate with your spirit. And when it happens, you'll understand this truth. You were never behind. You were being built for billions, prepared for purpose, and anointed for abundance. Stay close, because this is only the beginning. Chosen one, let's go deeper. What's coming to your life is not a random opportunity. It's a divine transfer. This is the season where everything changes. What once looked like delay will now reveal itself as direction. What once felt like loss will prove to be leverage. Heaven is flipping the script in your favor. Anointed one, I understand what it's like to walk through long seasons of silence, when it feels as though God has gone quiet while the world keeps moving. I know the pain of standing in rooms where you feel unseen, misunderstood, and forgotten. But those were the very places where faith was being forged. That's where I learned the truth. When God hides you, He's not punishing you. He's protecting the promise. He was keeping me from rooms too small for the vision He placed inside me. And the same is true for you. God's preparation rarely feels like progress. It feels like being stripped of what's familiar. It feels like standing in the dark with no clear direction, yet still hearing that quiet whisper. Trust me. But every silent season has been refining your spirit, laying a foundation that money can't buy and opportunity can't replace. Heaven never invests where there is no endurance. And you, chosen one, have proven endurance. Now the energy around you is changing. The spiritual atmosphere has shifted. What was once locked is now being unlocked. The same favor that elevated Joseph, the same grace that promoted Esther, is now breathing upon your name. This is not coincidence. It's divine orchestration. You are stepping into the moment where what was promised in the unseen becomes visible in your reality. Chosen one, this isn't just about financial wealth. It's about spiritual authority. God is releasing resources because He is funding His kingdom through you. The billions being transferred carry a mission, not for comfort, but for calling. That's why this message reached you tonight. Heaven doesn't waste words. You are part of the remnant, the 1% who refused to quit. While others doubted, you stayed faithful. While others chased recognition, you chose obedience. And now the reward for that quiet obedience is about to manifest before your very eyes. The world may call it sudden, but you'll know. It's been a long time coming. Think about it. Anointed one, you've sown in tears for years. You've whispered prayers at 2 a.m. You've planted seeds when your hands were empty and declared faith when logic screamed stop. And now the ground beneath you is trembling. Those seeds are breaking open. A supernatural harvest is rising, not only for you, but through you. Because God's wealth transfer is never just a transaction. It's a transformation. You're not simply receiving. You're becoming a distributor of light, a vessel of overflow. The flow of heaven is rerouting through your life right now. Chosen one, there comes a sacred moment when everything you've endured suddenly makes sense, when every piece fits, and every season of waiting proves worth it. You're standing in that moment now. You've endured enough subtraction to qualify for multiplication. The shaking you faced wasn't punishment. It was preparation for the pouring. Feel that quiet stirring in your chest. That's your confirmation. Heaven's vault is open. The favor you prayed for has located your address. This isn't something you must chase anymore. It's coming to you, because when divine timing collides with divine trust, nothing can stop what heaven has ordained. So lift your head, chosen one. The delay is over. The drought is breaking. What was once withheld is now being released, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Stay aligned, stay expectant. Because what's about to unfold will prove what your faith always knew. You were chosen to carry abundance. Chosen one, pause for a moment and breathe this in. You've stepped into something completely new. The atmosphere around your life has shifted. You can feel it, can't you? That gentle pull in your spirit, that deep awareness that something unseen is moving in your favor. It's not imagination. It's heaven aligning every detail, every delay, every detour to bring you into the moment written for you before time began. What was withheld is now being released. What was locked is opening. What was delayed is being delivered. You are walking into the manifestation of promises that have been maturing in the unseen for years. Anointed one. This isn't merely about wealth or financial increase. It's about divine alignment. Heaven's perfect order bringing every area of your life into balance. God isn't just blessing you. He's positioning you. He's moving you from waiting to winning, from obscurity to influence. Every closed door carried intention. Every detour was protection. Every lonely night was preparation. You thought you were being delayed, but heaven was synchronizing you with destiny's exact timing. I know that season well. I've walked through the silence. Those long nights when I wondered if God still remembered my name. I've prayed until my voice trembled and nothing seemed to shift. But I learned something in those moments. Silence doesn't mean absence. It means strategy. God wasn't ignoring me. He was insulating me. He was teaching me to discern his whisper amid the noise of the world, to move by revelation, not reaction. And the moment I surrendered the timeline, when I stopped trying to control the how and when, everything I prayed for began to chase me down. That's what happens when divine timing collides with divine trust. Chosen one, that's exactly where you stand right now, at the intersection of obedience and overflow. You've been faithful when no one was watching. You've given when it hurt. You've prayed when it felt pointless. You've stayed pure when compromise seemed easier. You passed the test, and heaven noticed. What's coming to you now is not random reward. It's divine recognition. Heaven has verified your endurance. The transaction is already complete. You don't have to chase it anymore. It's chasing you. Doors will begin to open effortlessly. Conversations will align without striving. People will begin to speak your name in rooms you've never entered because God himself is orchestrating the introductions. What's unfolding is not coincidence. It's confirmation that you are walking in divine order. And when it begins, don't shrink back. Don't apologize for the abundance. Don't question whether you deserve it. You've been prepared for this. You are not here by accident. You are here by assignment. The same God who lifted Joseph from the pit to the palace is now positioning you to manage the wealth of nations. Anointed one. This is more than a financial breakthrough. It's a supernatural promotion. Heaven is transferring resources into your hands, so you can transfer hope into the world. You're being elevated with purpose, to heal, to restore, to build, to bless. This isn't random favor. It's a divine investment into your destiny. So lift your head, chosen one. The wait is over. The gates are open. The blessing is already moving toward you. Walk boldly into it. You are stepping into your billions. Heaven has spoken. It's your turn. Chosen one, listen carefully. The shift you've been sensing isn't emotion. It's activation. It's a divine activation. Heaven has spoken your name in the courts of destiny, and the spiritual transaction has already taken place. The command has been issued, the scroll unsealed. What was once beyond your reach is now being placed into your hands. You have crossed the invisible line between preparation and possession. This is the moment of fulfillment, the manifestation of promises that were whispered to you in solitude, the ones you held on to when no one believed, when no one saw. Heaven remembers every time you chose faith over fear. And now it's your time to witness what faith was quietly building. Anointed one, you've endured seasons that didn't make sense. You were stripped of comfort, opportunities, and even people you thought would walk beside you forever. But what looked like loss was sacred refinement. Every subtraction had purpose. God wasn't punishing you. He was positioning you. He was clearing the path ahead, removing the weights that would have slowed your ascent. The pruning wasn't meant to destroy you. It was meant to strengthen your roots. Every cut was a sign of cultivation, proof that you were being prepared to produce greater fruit. I know that kind of season well. I've walked through nights when my prayers were met with silence, when I wondered if I had misheard the call. I've stood before doors I was certain were mine, only to watch them shut so firmly I could still hear the echo. But in hindsight, I see it clearly now. Every closed door was divine protection. Every disappointment was a classroom of wisdom. The delay was never denial. It was development. Sacred training wrapped in stillness. Chosen one, your pain was never wasted. God has been shaping you into a vessel that can carry what He's about to pour out. Before He could trust you with billions, He had to teach you stewardship. Before He could crown you in public, He had to refine your heart in private. Every tear you cried was watering the soil of your destiny. Every lonely night was building the leader within you. You were never overlooked. You were being over-prepared for overflow. And now, heaven declares, it's time. This transfer isn't just financial, it's generational. The choices you make in this season will echo through your family line. The blessing you're stepping into is greater than wealth. It's legacy. God is placing resources in your hands because you've proven your heart can be trusted. You don't cling. You release. You don't idolize. You invest. The kingdom can flow through you freely. And heaven rewards that kind of stewardship. The divine shift will seem sudden, yet it's been in motion all along. One phone call, one meeting, one moment, and everything will change. It might appear ordinary, but its outcome will be supernatural. You'll know it's God because the flow will come wrapped in peace. No striving, no fear. Just grace. Divine wealth never comes through pressure. It flows through purpose. It came like a sudden wind, swift, undeniable, and sacred. That's how heaven works. Chosen one. When the divine clock strikes, everything aligns. The delay breaks, the resistance lifts, and grace accelerates what once felt impossible. You are now in that hour. The same heavens that once tested your endurance are now testifying of your readiness. You've passed the proving season, and the oil on your life carries evidence of endurance, obedience, and trust. The shift you feel is not emotional. It's prophetic. The spiritual climate around you has changed. The weight you used to carry has lifted because the assignment ahead requires freedom, not burden. Heaven has released what was once withheld, not as compensation, but as confirmation. You didn't lose anything. You were being prepared for everything. This is your divine activation. Heaven has already spoken your name in the courts of destiny, and the spiritual transaction has been completed. The command has gone forth, the scroll unsealed, and what once seemed unreachable is being handed to you. You've crossed the line between waiting and walking in promise. This is the manifestation of whispered prophecies, those promises that sustained you when no one understood your faith. Heaven recorded every moment you stood firm, every time you worshiped through weariness. That faith has now drawn heaven's reward. You've endured seasons that stripped you of comfort, security, and familiar faces. Not for punishment, but purification. Every subtraction was a strategy. God wasn't taking from you. He was training you. The pruning wasn't to break you. It was to build your roots deep enough to carry weighty blessings. What looked like endings were divine edits, aligning you with purpose. Every night of silence, every prayer that seemed unanswered was part of the formation. What you thought was delay was actually development. God teaching you to trust His timing more than your timeline. Anointed one, the pain you carried was never wasted. Heaven used it as material for your promotion. Before God could place abundance in your hands, He needed to anchor humility in your heart. Before He could give you influence, He refined your intentions. Every tear watered the ground where your promise now grows. Every lonely season was leadership training in disguise. You weren't overlooked, you were over-prepared, and now heaven declares, it's time. This release isn't just about wealth, it's about legacy. The choices you make in this new season will echo through generations. You're stepping into a lineage of stewardship, not just success. Heaven can trust you with resources Because you've proven you don't hoard, you release, you don't worship wealth, you wield it for kingdom purpose. That's why divine provision is locating you. The shift may appear sudden, but it has been in quiet motion all along. One conversation, one opportunity, one encounter, and everything will align. What looks ordinary will carry supernatural outcomes. You'll know it's divine because peace will accompany it. No striving, no struggle, just flow. Heaven's wealth never travels through pressure. It arrives through alignment. So stay anchored in humility. This is your proving ground. As abundance manifests, guard your posture, obedience, surrender, gratitude. The same heart that attracted this blessing must sustain it. Trust the rhythm of heaven. Don't rush it. The night is over. The dawn of fulfillment has come. You're not chasing blessings anymore. Blessings are pursuing you. Creation has been waiting for this unveiling. Heaven speaks your name, and soon the earth will echo it. Feel the shift in the air. It's the wind of divine acceleration. What took years will now unfold in moments. The same voice that once said, "Let there be light," is now speaking over your destiny. Let there be abundance. This isn't a reward for perfection. It's a response to surrender. God is blessing your position, not your performance. You believed when logic failed. You worshipped when you had no strength. That posture of faith has magnetized miracles. The enemy's attacks only confirmed your anointing. The warfare was never random. It was proportionate to your assignment. Every time you chose faith over fear, you built unseen spiritual credit. And now, heaven is cashing it in. Get ready for divine connections that defy reason. People you've never met will feel led to help you. Resources will locate you. Doors once sealed will open at your touch, not because of effort, but because of authority. When heaven authorizes, no man can deny. And when it happens, stay grounded. Don't let success distort your soul. This overflow isn't meant to inflate your ego. It's meant to empower your purpose. You are stepping into divine stewardship, carrying heaven's agenda through earthly resources. Lift your eyes. The horizon is alive with promise. What once felt impossible is now inevitable. The divine transfer has begun. You are part of heaven's 1%. Those chosen to carry generational wealth, wisdom, and influence. This is the hour heaven announces your name. You've crossed the threshold, and the season of manifestation has begun. You are not just blessed, you are becoming the evidence of God's promise. Every connection that comes into your life in this season carries assignment. Nothing is random anymore. Every resource that reaches your hands has a mission attached to it. You are no longer operating in survival. You are operating in strategy. Heaven's economy is flowing through you, and you are being positioned as a distributor of divine provision. You've entered a zone where what you touch multiplies. Not because of your skill, but because of your surrender. The same anointing that kept you through the drought is now commanding overflow to locate you. Anointed one? This is what divine repayment looks like. It doesn't trickle, it floods. When God restores, He doesn't just give you back what you lost. He gives you more than you can contain. He redeems time by collapsing years of waiting into moments of fulfillment. Every delay becomes a deposit. Every tear becomes currency. Every not yet becomes a now. You're about to see how heaven compensates loyalty. This is the return of the years, the recovery of everything that seemed wasted. The money you lost, the time you thought was gone, the effort that seemed unnoticed. It's all being multiplied back. Heaven has calculated every sacrifice. Nothing slipped through the cracks of destiny. Every act of faith you made in the dark has been building interest in the light. Now, that account is being released in your favor. The divine transaction is complete. This wealth transfer is deeper than material gain. It's the release of spiritual authority wrapped in abundance. God is not just enriching your bank. He's empowering your assignment. You're being positioned as a financier of freedom, funding deliverance, restoration, and transformation. You'll build what others only dreamed of, restore what was broken, and empower those who were forgotten. This isn't luxury, it's legacy. Heaven isn't blessing you to live lavish, it's blessing you to lead lives. Chosen one, don't shrink from the weight of success. You were designed for significance. The same grace that sustained you in obscurity will sustain you in overflow. You're not stepping into chaos, you're stepping into clarity. When heaven promotes, peace accompanies, you won't have to strive. The doors will open effortlessly because your name is already registered in the Spirit as approved. Opportunities will appear out of nowhere. An unexpected message, a divine introduction, a favor that finds you while you rest. You won't need to prove your worth. Your anointing will speak in rooms you haven't even entered yet. People will sense that you carry something sacred. Heaven's backing, heaven's blueprint. You won't chase connections. Divine alignment will chase you. This is your harvest season. Breathe it in. The air is charged with divine completion. You've graduated from the lessons of lack to the language of legacy. What you carry now isn't just blessing, it's transformation. The resources flowing your way are tools of impact. You're not just being blessed to live well, you're being positioned to make others whole. You are becoming the answer to prayers others have prayed. Anointed one, the acceleration you feel is real. Things that took years to form will now manifest in weeks. The confusion that clouded your path is lifting, replaced by calm confidence. This is divine maturity. The shift from striving to flowing, from chasing to choosing. You no longer move by pressure, but by peace. The authority on your life is now visible, and creation recognizes it. What once resisted you will now respond to you. You are walking in the rhythm of divine abundance. The mantle has settled. You are no longer waiting for a breakthrough. You are the breakthrough. This is the phase where silence becomes strategy and manifestation becomes normal. True wealth has never been about what stays in your hands, but what passes through them. Heaven is trusting you with more because you've proven that more won't master you. You've learned the secret. Prosperity without purpose is emptiness, but prosperity with purpose is eternal power. That's why heaven chose you to reveal what stewardship looks like in motion. Every resource, every opportunity, every idea that flows to you now carries the breath of God. You are the channel through which heaven will resource earth. I remember when I first learned that provision wasn't meant to stop with me. God didn't bless me to consume. He blessed me to contribute. When I released what I had in obedience, the supply multiplied. That's the divine principle. What you give from faith, heaven refills with favor. You can't outgive the source. And you, chosen one, are now a living example of that truth. Heaven is elevating you because your heart is pure. Your motives are aligned, and your vision is kingdom-centered. You're not chasing wealth for validation, you're receiving it for vocation. You have stepped into the realm of supernatural stewardship, where every seed becomes a story, every idea becomes influence, and every act of obedience becomes overflow. The world will soon see what heaven already decided. You were never meant to live average. You were chosen to shift atmospheres, fund purpose, and manifest legacy.